Hello and welcome to Joanne's Cosmic Energy. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I'd like to welcome you and say happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful day out there. And today we are going to be speaking about, or I'm going to be speaking about, chakra balance and healing. And I think it's appropriate with what's going on out there in our world with all this stuff about the virus, whatever not. But before we go into that, I just want to give a shout out to my advertising sponsors that help to support my TV show and radio show. So we have Sherry Simpson, who is our intuitive business guide. She helps women become better versions of themselves so they can be better versions for their clients. And then we also have Elizabeth Kipp, who is an author, stress and chronic pain management specialist, and recovery coach. And we also have Sharon McLean, our financial provider. She will help you bring your finances into some sort of alignment, and you can reach her at sharonmclean.com. And then we also have one of my favorites, Susan Joy Metro. She's an author, she's a healer, and she's also a nurse. She currently has 2 books. One's actually out and available on Amazon, which is Visions, and her book that's coming soon is Lucky the Starfish. So you can look for that book on Amazon as well, probably within the next 30 days or so. So with that being said, just a nice big shout out to them, and also of course to Bobby, who makes all this happen at Paradise Studios. So to start off with, I want to just dive into a little bit of energy with my cards as usual to set the tone for today. And oops, didn't have to shuffle that much today. Card just popped out. Interesting enough, and I think it's appropriate, the card that has popped out is all about a career change. So are you in a space where you are thinking about changing your career, or how is your career really serving you on a higher level? Is your career serving you on a higher level? Or perhaps maybe you can divide your full-time job into also doing something that really serves your purpose. Because after all, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and our human experience leads us into working jobs that may not necessarily serve us on a higher level. So this is a really great day to think about that and evaluate it. And the chakra associated with this card is the third eye. So it is really about taking the time to use your third eye to see on a much deeper level internally how you can create a career that's going to really serve your most highest purpose. A career that when you get up in the morning, you want to jump out of bed and go do. A career that when you're in the process of doing in the course of your day, whether it's a 9 to 5 or 12 to 12, you're enjoying what you are doing, and you're getting a lot of joy and happiness from it. And when we do step in a space of having a career that fills us up, we tend to not get sick as much. And it's really interesting on how this flows right into our topic for the day, which we'll get into shortly. Our number for the day is number 7. And 7 in numerology, for those of you who may not know about numerology, every number has power. Every number has a specific energy and vibration behind it, and also, as I like to call it, a hidden message. And the number 7 is all about how we sit quietly and we analyze and we evaluate. And sometimes we overthink in a 7 energy, in a 7 number. And considering the energy that we are currently in, the entire world that we're currently in, this Mercury going direct as of March 9th, and a full moon the same day, has created a lot of evaluating in regards to, I've been speaking to a handful of people over the last couple of days, and we all seem to be saying the same thing. We are evaluating where we are in our lives. And that could very well be leading to wanting to change your career if you are not in a career that's serving your highest good. Or even if you are in a career that's serving your highest good, you might be looking at it in reference to how can you improve your career so it can really satisfy you even more so. Because that sometimes happens too when we're in a space where we're evolving. And when we evolve, a transition occurs, which causes us to evaluate. So that's our card and number for the day and message for the day. And I do hope that resonates with each and every one of you in regards to evaluating and analyzing and just sitting quietly. Which now brings me right into our topic for the day, which is chakra balance and healing. And I like to invite you to grab a pen and paper because I'm going to be giving you some insight today, some tips on how you can actually incorporate chakra balancing into your daily practice. And to start off with, what are chakras? What are chakras? I want to go over that with you in reference to what are chakras. And when we think about what chakras are a wheel or the vortex. And what it actually does, it's connected internally with your physical body through the endorphin system and also your nervous system. So theoretically, you really cannot see your chakras. So, if you had an x-ray done, you can't see them. But if you actually sat in meditation and closed your eyes and allow yourself to use your imagination, you can literally create these beautiful 7 chakras that run through your body. And each chakra is associated with a body part and an organ, and each chakra is associated with an emotion as well. So I just want to, in a nutshell, I'm not going to go through all of it because there's a lot of information that could be obtained today, but we don't have enough time to obtain all the information. So I'm just going to give you some in a nutshell in regards to each chakra, and also the body part, and also the organ, and possibly an emotion to be connected with it. So when we think about the root chakra is located right down at your tailbone. And it's really connected to the lower part of your body, from your hips to your legs to your feet, and also your spine. And it helps you to find balance within your mind, body, and spirit. And the emotion that's connected to the root chakra, when we are in balance, when we are feeling flow of energy, we are feeling more grounded and we are feeling like we could survive anything. However, when the root chakra is out of alignment, causing us to feel as though we can't see things ahead of us, we create fear as the emotion. Fear and anxiety shows up when the root chakra is out of alignment. Now, in regards to when your root chakra is blocked or out of alignment, what can also occur that could give you some guidance to whether or not your root chakra is out of alignment, you may be experiencing, just to name a few, immune disease, which is interesting enough on what's going on in our world right now regarding the virus. So if the root chakra is not balanced, you are obviously at risk of immune disease, autoimmune disease, if the root chakra is not balanced. And I'm going to leave it at that because I'm just focusing on one actual issue regarding each chakra that will give you an idea that your chakra might be out of alignment. Also, an easier way of looking at the chakra, the root chakra, is knowing that if you are not focused, if you cannot focus on something that you're looking to complete in the course of your day, and you're like all over the place, that's letting you know you're not focused, which means your root chakra is out of alignment. So the best way to align the root chakra so you can get healthy is to step out in nature. Nature is the easiest way to align the root chakra. Just allowing yourself to get into nature and connecting with earth, because it's actually the root chakra is connecting to the earth, and it helps you to align and balance your body. Now, the second chakra that we're going to speak about is the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is located right below the belly button, and the sacral chakra allows us to connect with our sexuality, and it helps us to really connect to birthing something. For women, it's in reference to like when we birth children. And the same thing for men. It's like birthing a project. Same concept for women too. It's like, what kind of project are you birthing? And are you birthing something? Now, in the event that the sacral chakra is out of alignment, again, just pointing out one specific issue that could be an issue for some, you may be experiencing either bladder problems or even kidney stones could occur when the sacral chakra is not balanced. Also, when we think about the emotions that go with the sacral chakra is when the sacral is balanced, we're feeling very confident and we're feeling as though we are so empowered that we can move mountains when our sacral chakra is balanced. But when our sacral chakra is not, we are judging ourselves and others and pointing our fingers at blaming people. So that's giving you the indication whether or not your sacral is balanced. Now let's move into the solar plexus. Solar plex is located literally in the belly, right above the belly button. It's your gut. And when we think about the solar plex, it's really about how you are digesting life. And when your solar plex is flowing, you can connect with your intuition, you are feeling secure, and you're living in abundance. However, when the solar plex is out of alignment, it's going to create digestive issues where your belly is going to feel yucky because you're not digesting life, literally. You're not able to digest food, and you're not able to digest life. So that's letting you know that the solar plexus is not balanced. Now let's go ahead and move into the heart. Now our heart chakra obviously is right in the center of our chest, and our heart chakra is associated with love, compassion, and forgiveness. So when our heart chakra is operating correctly and balanced, we are feeling more love. We are able to receive and give love. We have self-love. We have unconditional love, and forgiveness takes place. And should the heart chakra be blocked, you may experience high blood pressure, and you may also be experiencing problems with your heart when the heart chakra is blocked. Now let's go on into the throat. The throat itself is all about communication. And if your throat chakra is obviously balanced, means you can communicate. You express yourself easily. You can have a conversation with somebody and they can understand what it is you're actually saying because your words are being heard and your words are being clear, that you are clearly communicating what you are saying. And there's no miscommunication going on. And when that happens, when your throat is balanced, you're also speaking more of I can, I am, and I will, and in a more positive space. However, when the throat is blocked, it may very well create issues with your mouth, your jaw, your teeth, and also your vocal cords. And when the throat is blocked, we may experience negative conversations, negative self-talk, such as I can't do this. What if this happens? Excuse me. Or I should have been doing this. And that's all in reference to the blockage in the throat chakra, talking about the throat. Coughing takes place too when the throat is overactive. So anyway, so when we think about the throat chakra and focusing on it being balanced and open, we are focusing on I can, I will, I am, which makes things real positive. Now let's move up into the third eye. Third eye is located right between both eyebrows, and the third eye allows us to go inward and visualize things in a much bigger picture. It gives us a sense of seeing things that are not in front of us, seeing things beyond what's in front of us. So when we speak about being spiritual and being a spiritual being, it allows us to see things without judgment, and we let go of the ego. But when our third eye is closed or blocked, we tend to be in our ego more than anything else. So it will always be about, well, this is mine, this is your fault, this is that. And there's a lot of blame and shame that goes on when the third eye is blocked because we're not seeing a bigger picture. Now, just to give you an instinct in reference to knowing that your third eye might be blocked. You may be experiencing eye issues, whether the eye is blurry, it could be tearing, it could be red, whatever the case might be. And mostly when it's third eye related, you're going to be feeling the eye on the right side when it's third eye related. So now let's move up into the crown. The crown is above the head. And it's associated with our higher self, the crown. So when we are connecting on a spiritual level where we can connect with our higher self, connect with loved ones, connect with angels and spirit guides and our archangels, our crown is open and allowing us to step into a space of being who we are on a higher level. Because again, as I mentioned earlier, we are all spiritual beings living a human experience. And a part of that process and that journey is about the human experiences that we go through. And those human experiences that we do go through, as we move more into our spiritual self, our higher self, we learn how to let go of the human experiences, and we recognize there's a lesson behind every experience. So anything that you're experiencing, whether it may very well be the coronavirus, or you may be experiencing back pain, or you may be experiencing neck pain, or whatever it might be, every one of those situations have a lesson behind it. And when you can step into that space of the spiritual process of it and evaluate it based on that, you can get a better understanding to what your body is actually trying to tell you, spiritually speaking. And when you can learn to move into that space of the spiritual lesson, it's no longer about why is this happening to me as to what am I supposed to learn from this lesson. So when we think about the crown and knowing if your crown chakra is blocked or not, one of the biggest things is if your crown chakra is blocked, you may very well be experiencing headaches, or your crown chakra might be just overly exposed, where you're going to constantly experience headaches. And even the left eye may be irritated due to the fact that the crown is either blocked or overactive. And the left eye, whereas the third eye was the right side, and the crown is the left side. And when we think about these chakras, now what I'd like you to do is I'm gonna invite you to visualize colors now associated with each one of these colors. And this way it gives you an energy to go with. So when we move into what I'm going to eventually guide you into a meditation, I like you to be able to connect with your chakras with a specific color as well. So when we think about the root chakra, I like you to visualize the color red. And I would like to think we all know what the color red looks like, and if you don't, that's okay. Whatever color it looks like for you. And it could be dark or it could be light, doesn't matter. Just want to get a shade of red in there. And then when we're going to think about the sacral chakra, we're going to be thinking about the color orange. And then we move into the solar plexus, we're going to think about the color yellow. And then we move up into the heart. For today, we're going to focus on the emerald green. And then when we move into the throat, we're going to focus on the color blue. And then we're going to move up into the third eye, which is going to look like the color indigo. And then we're going to move up into the crown, slightly above the crown, about 6 inches. And we're going to visualize a beautiful purple light that's going to just stem out. And again, I'm guiding you on these colors to sort of help you as I'm going to guide you through a meditation. And this meditation, the whole practice behind this meditation is to help you activate your immune system. So if and when you develop a little cold, or you do feel like a virus is coming on, or even a flu for that matter, you can sort of nick it in the butt before it becomes something more than it needs to. And I'm a firm believer that when we do connect with our chakras and we align our chakras on a daily basis, we are allowing our chakras to flow because we're opening them up. We're recognizing whatever's going on in the body internally on a spiritual perspective. So again, we're coming away from the logic and we're coming away from the human being that we are, and we're really moving into the concept of connecting on a higher level. And when we connect on a higher level, that gives us permission to go inward and connect with our bodies and have that connection with your body and your mind and also your spirit. So it's not a disconnection. I like you to become aware of that it's not a disconnect. We do not want to be disconnected from the three. We want to come together on all three of them. So what I like to do, I like to invite you either to sit down where you can place your feet flat on the floor, or if you want to lie down, that's fine too, but Ideally, you want to stay awake. I don't want to put you to sleep during this because meditation can do that. But you really want to keep your feet firmly down on the floor. And then I'd like you just to take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale that breath, I want you just to allow all your energy to flow down to your feet. And bringing the energy down to your feet, and when you do so, I like you to allow this energy to look like red energy. And this energy is going to be down at the soles of your feet. And then just allowing the soles of your feet to open up like a door. And as the soles of your feet open like a door, I'd like you to visualize roots dropping from the soles of your feet. And those roots are going to literally drop from the floor that your feet are on, breaking through the floor, and then breaking through the concrete, and then breaking through the foundation of wherever you are. So if you're in a house, a building, wherever you are, just breaking through the foundation, just allowing the roots to drop all the way down, moving through fires, moving through water, and just allowing the roots to drop down as far down to the earth as it can. And then feeling this energy moving up your legs into your tailbone, which is your root chakra. And as you're in that space, I like you to let go of all your fears. Whatever fears that are showing up, allow the fears just to drop down into that water and be washed away. Then bring that energy on up into your sacral, right below the belly button. And in this space, I want you to visualize a beautiful orange light activating the sacral. And as the activation is taking place, you're going to let go of any type of judgment or blame that you are holding onto. Drop it into the water. Clear it away. Then bring this energy back up into your solar plexus, visualizing a yellow ball of light. As this yellow ball of light activates, we're going to let go of anything we're not trusting, any worries and doubts you're holding on to. Whatever it's connected to, just drop it down into the water. Let it get cleared away. Let's bring that energy up again into the heart. And as you're in the heart, I'd like you to begin to visualize this emerald green ball of light. Seeing this emerald green ball of light activate. And we're going to let go of any frustrations or any resentment, disappointments, and even anger that you might be holding on to. Just let it drop down to the water. Clear it away. Bring that breath up. Bring that breath up into the throat. Visualizing that blue ball of light. Allowing that blue ball of light to rock back into your vocal cords, rock out into the ears. And in this space, I like you to literally hear yourself say, I am releasing I can't. I am releasing what if. I am releasing I should have. And just see all of that go into the water. Clear it away. Now bringing your energy up into your third eye. Right between the eyebrows. Visualize an actual third eye there. Seeing this third eye as an indigo light. And letting go of your chaos and darkness. Throw it right down to the water. Clearing it away. And then move this energy up to your crown. As you move into your crown, visualize your crown opening like a portal. And this purple light expanding 6 inches above your head. Activating your higher self. Helping you to connect with your higher self. And letting your ego go. Your ego is attached to people, places, and things. And we're going to drop all that into the water. I'd like you to take a nice deep breath here. And as you take this deep breath in, I'd like you to exhale. And now we're going to go back down to the root chakra. And when we're down at the root chakra, I'd like you to place your hands, if you can, on your pelvic area. And in that space, activating that red light of energy and saying out loud, I am balanced. Feel this energy moving up into your sacral. Visualizing that orange energy, orange activation. And in the space with your hands over your sacral, both hands, I am birthing something brand new. Repeating that, I am birthing something brand new. Bring that energy up, right into your solar plexus. Activating that yellow ball of light. When you're activating it, I like you to say, I am living in abundance. I am living in abundance. Move that energy on up into your heart center. Visualizing the emerald green ball. Activate it. As you activate this light, I like you to Repeat out loud, I am receiving unconditional love. I am giving unconditional love. Repeating that out loud. I am receiving and I am giving unconditional love. Bringing that energy on up into your throat chakra. Visualizing that blue ball of light floating back into your vocal cords. As the blue ball of light is floating into your vocal cords, placing your hands on your throat, hearing yourself say out loud, I can, I am, I will. Bring that energy up into your third eye. Bringing your hand, your palm of your hand over your third eye, visualizing the indigo light. Visualizing the indigo light becoming bright. Moving into that light and saying, I am connecting to the divine light. Feel this energy moving up, right into your crown chakra. Visualizing this beautiful purple light expanding up into the skies, into the heavens. Placing your hand over your head and repeating, I am connecting to my higher self. I'd like you to take a deep breath in. And now what I'd like you to do is come back down right above your heart, slightly above your heart, known as the high heart. It's the thymus chakra. And in this space, I'd like you to place your 3 fingers over your, right above the heart. And we're going to tap the thymus 3 times just to activate it. And when we're tapping it, I'd like you to visualize this turquoise ball of light just shining out and coming all around you. That you're literally surrounded by a turquoise ball of light. As you're surrounded by this turquoise ball of light, I'd like you to take a deep breath in. And at this time, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be chanting 8 times the words Om. And by chanting this word of Om 8 times, we are literally activating our immune system. So we're going to take a deep breath. And we're going to Om. 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 And just allow this energy to flow through your body, feeling this beautiful white light all around you. Allowing the turquoise light to generate around you as well. We're going to bring that white light back down to the bottom of your feet, to the soles of your feet, continuing to be wrapped around the turquoise light. Allowing this white light to come back into the soles of your feet, disconnecting the roots from the earth, knowing that you are still grounded and you're still balanced. And in this segment of connecting to your immune system, you can practice this exercise daily of chanting for 8 times of the Om and tapping on the thymus to activate your high heart. The high heart allows you to step into that space of love and compassion and peace. And as you move into that, you're activating the immune system, which helps to activate the chakras and to help you heal on a higher level. So when you do experience the slightest cold or anything that's uncomfortable for your body, it allows you to step into the space of realigning your chakras. So I do hope that you enjoyed that very quick meditation of connecting to each of your chakras and connecting on a higher level to allowing and activating your immune system. We're going to be taking a quick commercial break, and we'll be coming back shortly.
Would you like to live a life beyond the suffering of chronic pain? Step into the power of your healing. I'm Elizabeth Kipp of elizabeth-kipp.com. I'm an addiction recovery coach, chronic pain management expert, and ancestral clearing practitioner. I specialize in helping people heal chronic pain and build stability in their recovery. I offer sessions in recovery coaching and stress management. Step into your healing today at elizabeth-kipp.com.
If you are interested in financial services that will help you grow, protect, and save your money, then look no further. I have been given a financial platform with the World Financial Group to help educate individuals with financial concepts, laws, and strategies that will help individuals build a better financial future. If you are interested in my services, please give me a call at 843-453-7520.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Cosmic Energy. I'm hoping that you had the opportunity to being with me on the beginning of the show and that you had the chance to join me in the chakra balance activation for the immune system. And if you didn't, you'll just have to come back and watch it again so you could take advantage of elevating your immune system by activating it with chanting of the Om 8 times to activate and align your chakras. As I am a firm believer that when we do activate our chakras on a daily practice where we connect, and you don't necessarily have to connect with all 7 of the chakras. You can focus in on one chakra each day. After all, there are 7 days in a week. And you can take one chakra at a time and just bring your attention to that. And by doing that, at the end of the week, you've had a chance to work on all 7 of your chakras. Or perhaps you may want to just work on one chakra. Maybe you have a specific condition that you want to heal from, and you really just want to stay in that chakra and really work on healing it. So there's no wrong or right way of doing what we call chakra balance healing. But the point of it is to make sure you develop a practice so you can do the healing. And when I use the word practice, the practice is all about helping you to remember to do it. Because if you spend 1 minute on each chakra, that's 7 minutes, and that's not really a lot of time in your day to spend on healing your mind, body, and spirit. Because when you can go into that space of connecting with your chakras, it does allow you to look at things differently. It also helps you to focus. And it definitely brings a different awareness to oneself when we do align our chakras. We take ourselves to a whole different level because, after all, it is about being a spiritual person. It is about spiritually connecting. And when I use the word spiritually connecting, I'm not speaking on religion. I'm speaking on this space of being a spiritual being. We all are spiritual beings. As I continuously say in today's show, we are spiritual beings living a human experience. And those human experiences are there to help us get back to being a spiritual being. It's just every lesson that we experience takes us to where we have to go. And some of those lessons can be challenging, but those lessons that show up to be challenging help us get to where we need to go in our journey called life. And I like to say, in reference to life, it's basically living in freedom every day. When we think about life, it's living in freedom every day. And when you can develop a practice of aligning your chakras, you do have a choice to live in freedom every day because you are choosing to balance yourself. You are choosing to step into birthing something that's going to make you feel confident. You are choosing to live in abundance and trust the process of faith. You are choosing to see joy and happiness in everything. You are choosing to speak into the I am and I cans. You are choosing to see bigger pictures and not just what sits in front of you, and you are choosing to step out of the ego. So you are choosing to live in freedom every day. And when you're not choosing to do that, you live in chaos. And the chaos is what creates the imbalance in the body, where we step into that space of fears, where we're afraid because we don't have what we want in front of us, because we're afraid we're not going to have enough, or we can't do something because we don't have it yet. Or we step into that space of blaming, based on patterns and habits that we develop. We're so good at blaming or blaming ourselves for things. Or we step into that space of not feeling secure. Not feeling secure. And not feeling secure is very uneasy, because when you don't feel secure about something, you're really uneasy about life. And then we step into that space of being angry and annoyed and frustrated at ourselves and even other people. And then we're in that space where we say we can't do this, or what if this happens, or what if that happens, or I should have done this. And we step into that space of chaos because we're in our ego. So my suggestion, and I invite you to work on balancing your chakras every single day so you can step into what we call life, living in freedom every day. And when you live in freedom every day, it's exactly that. You are free. You are free to receive everything and anything you deserve in this lifetime. You are moving through the lessons that you need to move through. And I'm not suggesting that you're not going to have challenging times, because theoretically, that's what life is about. Life is about the obstacles and the challenges that we are faced. But how we deal with those challenges and obstacles determines on our journey and our lessons. And those lessons and journeys actually help us to become the people we are meant to be in this lifetime. So working on balancing your chakras and getting that connection to what the chakras connected to and what might be showing up for you at the time when you're not feeling good, and having that connection to what your body's trying to tell you is extremely important and is powerful. Because I know for myself, when I know what it is my body's trying to tell me and I can dissect it and then heal it as opposed to treating it, I feel good at the end of my day. And I like to offer you that as well, is for you to get into that space of really becoming aware of what your body's saying and what is going on in your life that's creating this story that your body needs to tell you where something's not balanced. I always say that when something physically is showing up, whether it's knee pain, foot pain, shoulder pain, back pain, that's your body's way of saying something is not balanced. And now it's your time and your turn to then say, well, how can I evaluate this so I can feel better within a day or two? And when you can get into that space of evaluating it, it makes you feel powerful and empowered, because you're able to actually help to heal your own body. And I forget which author says this, so I might actually quote the wrong author, but I believe it's Louise Hay who had said this, and it's all about change your thinking, change your body. Change your thinking, or change your thinking, heal your body. So when you can change the way you're thinking about certain things and you step into a space of feeling more positive, you begin to heal your body. Because when we step into a space of positive energy, our bodies start to feel good. But understanding it's not just about shoving everything under the carpet and pretending like it doesn't exist. You have to recognize and experience whatever emotions are showing up for you. Because by doing that, you get to learn. And as you learn about it, then you get to experience, well, how can I heal this? How can I heal it to the point that it doesn't show up? And if it shows up again, you're going to be even better at healing it because you healed it the first time. And sometimes things do show up again, because sometimes life happens where, an obstacle or a challenge may reappear because you have to go a little deeper into that situation. Our challenges and obstacles that occur in our lives are not always at the top layer. We do need to dig deep into the deeper layer. And interesting enough, because of the energy that we're in collectively this year of that 2020 energy, which is a 4, and the 4 is all about your foundation. And when I speak of foundation, I want you to think of 2 things. I want you to think about the foundation that actually 3 things. The foundation that you live in, the foundation you work in, and the foundation of your body, because your body is your foundation. And those 3 things need to either be broken down to be rebuilt so you have a new foundation. And that's the energy that we are all in this year. So whatever your personal energy is for this year, collectively, we are all building a new foundation in one way or another. And perhaps I'll have a few minutes to go over this. If, again, you want to grab a pen and paper, I'm going to use one word, Q word, for each energy. So we're going to start with 1, and there's going to be 9 different energies. Personally speaking, how do you determine your personal energy for the year? All you do is take the month that you're born in, your day you're born on, add those 2 numbers, and then take the 2020, which is a 4, Add those numbers together, and that's going to be your personal energy. So anyone born in a 1 energy, that's a new beginning. Anyone born in a 2 energy, which may very well show up as an 11, that is all about your partnerships. Anyone born in a 3 energy, that's about your communication. 4 energy is the foundation, which is the exact collective energy that we're in. Then we have 5 energies, all about the changes you're enduring. 6 energy is all about how you are healing this year. 7 energy is how you are evaluating your life. Your 8 energy is about abundance, that harmony and abundance. And then the 9 energy is a transition. So if you take whatever your personal energy is, that one word tip, and combine it into the collective energy of the 4, which is about foundation, take those 2 words together. So for example, I'll give you mine. Mine, I'm in a personal energy of 2. So mine's about partnerships. So I am rebuilding my partnerships. I'm breaking down the foundation of my partnerships. And that could be in reference to my career. That could be in reference to my family. That could be in reference to my intimate relationship, my marriage. Could be related to my children. It could be related to neighbors. Anything in the word of partnership that I am breaking down this year. And we're all doing it. There's no one exempt from this process that's going on this year. We're all in a collective energy of 4, and every one of us are experiencing some sort of lesson that we are going through. Every one of us. No one's exempt. So if you are interested in knowing what your personal energy is for this year and your foundation, feel free to give me a call, 516-945-9099. Phones are open, and I'll be more than happy to answering your question based on what your month and your day is, and giving you a 1-word tip in regards to what your energy is for this year and how you're supposed to move through the obstacles and challenges, because we're going to experience obstacles and challenges this year, because that's how we're going to become a better version of who we are. And I'm sure by now, if you've been following my show since last year, I've been throwing that word around. And, most people are throwing the term around, being a better version of who you are. This is your year to be the best version of you. And that's what it's really about. It's about being a better version of who you are. And we could be a better version of who we were yesterday to today and, tomorrow. So it's not just a matter of being a better version of yourself a year from now. It's daily. What you are doing to break through and to change the foundation that you are in. Each and every day to getting yourself into that space of being a better version of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle my cards again, just to conclude for our show and see where we stand. Shuffling up. What card's going to show up? All right, our card for today. And I love when these cards show up upside down. When the cards show up upside down, it basically means we are in resistance. And the message here is all about change. And how many of you are resisting change this year? How many of us have a challenging time changing things? I know sometimes I do, where when I am in control of changing something, I'm very good at it. But when something's changed without me being in control of it, I'm not so happy with it. And that could be where the resistance is. But this is what it's all about. The card for today's message is all about change. What are you willing to change so you can develop a new foundation in your life? In whatever your personal energy is, there has to be change. In order to have a different outcome, you have to be willing to do something different. If you plan on doing the same thing every time and expecting a different outcome, it's just not going to work out that way. And the number associated with our card is the number 5. So 5, again, is all about the change. So anyone who has a personal energy of 5, it is your year to change your foundation. It is your year to get the change that then is going to bring in freedom into your life this year. So it's a powerful number. And then the associated chakra is the throat chakra. Now, theoretically, when we think about change, I think the biggest thing that many of us need to change is how we communicate. How do we actually communicate? And when we think about communication, it's also how do we listen? Are we listening to the person we are communicating with so we can actually hear what you're saying, as opposed to thinking in our head what we're going to say after they're done saying it? Because many of us have a habit of doing that we're in our head thinking of an explanation, thinking of how we can defend ourselves, thinking how we can debate, as opposed to just listening to the conversation and dissecting what the other person actually said. Or in a conversation and dissecting what a person doesn't say. Because sometimes body language tells you a lot. And if you are willing to sit there and actually listen and pay attention to this person where you are physically seeing them and listening to them, you can gain a lot of knowledge just from what a person is or is not saying. So communication, I think, is a major key in reference to building a new foundation. And anyone who's in a personal energy of 3 this year, that's basically what you're going to be doing. You're going to be changing the way you communicate. You're going to be changing the way you communicate with yourself. So you're going to be stepping out of the I can't or I should have or what ifs, and hopefully developing a positive internal dialogues with I can, I am, and I will. Because by stepping into that positive space, you're going to see a 360-degree change in your life because you're becoming more positive and your foundation is going to be very different. So communication, I think, is a really key to changing anything. And I do believe every one of us, including myself, can definitely benefit from changing the way we communicate. So that's the message for today. And again, I hope that you're sharing today's show. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave those comments. I would be more than happy to respond to them. And if you do want to call in, because we do have a few minutes that I can take a call or two, feel free to call. That number is 516-945-9099. And I would be more than happy to answering any questions, or if you want to get a general idea what your birthday personal energy is for this year, I'm all ready to do that for you as well. And should there not be any calls, then I'm going to just leave you with the fact that, again, connect with your chakras, align your chakras daily, get in that habit of developing a chakra balance practice so you can develop a healthy immune system, activating your immune system, and really taking a look at what your personal energy is so you can develop an awesome foundation for this year. Building a new foundation, building balance, building harmony, but know that that 4 energy means you're working hard. None of us are going to get to building this new foundation with ease. It's a matter of working hard to get there. And when I say not ease, I don't mean that it's going to be a rough path. It just means you're going to have to work hard to do it. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to work every day to get into that new foundation that you're looking to get into. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for sharing. And I look forward to connecting with you. And again, you can always connect with me on my TV show on Sundays at 3 p.m. for JOANNE'S Healing Within. And I will see you again and connect with you again next month, the second Wednesday of the month in April, for another great conversation. Have yourself an awesome day and many blessings.